India, I mean, just keeping mixed martial art aside itself, looking at the sports industry of mixed martial art, sports industry in India, we know they understand sports. We know there are investors who have tasted blood through sports. We know that the growth of sports leagues valuation, India is massive when it comes to sports economy. We know that history. But how do you introduce mixed martial art is a big factor. You have to understand India as a country, India as different states. You have to understand India as different cultures and different languages. You know, once you understand India as a whole, we use the word India, but you have to talk about South, East, West, and North, you know, and when you can separate them, when you can understand them personally, and you can put that together as India, as a complete country, that's when you know that how sports can be successful there and how you can introduce mixed martial art in India. So I think, is there a future for mixed martial art? There's a future for every sports in India. You know, you can have Kabaddi League today. You know, you can have any league. You have wrestling league, Kabaddi leagues, and I'm sure that you know better maybe how many leagues are out there. And you can create any other league from sports that doesn't exist as well, and people will understand it and they can absorb the model. So mixed martial art, does it have a key role to play? It has the most important role to play, but the only difference is when you have India who understands the most successful business model, which is the franchise model, the question is who can take that franchise model and introduce India to the global MMA community. That's the most important question. If you don't do that, you will fail. And I'm not saying this out of my head, just like that. If you know the history, they have tried and they have failed. And this is where the challenge is. Tomorrow, more people will try to get a little bit of money that they can do at short term and not look at the big picture. But when you can connect MMA in India to the rest of the world and showcase to Indian MMA fans, to Indian MMA media and Indian MMA investors that you have the biggest league, you have the relationship, you can bring the biggest players to your country or have the biggest Indian stars go and compete and prove themselves internationally under the same structure. That is what I want to invest in. That is a business model that I will thrive on. That is something that I could have an Indian fighter become a superstar internationally without having to worry about being in UFC or Bellators or anywhere else, by just being in India and getting the Indian people to follow them and cater to their emotions, to their culture. And that's all I want to be. Why would I want to be an Indian fighter trying to be like an American or an Irish fighter? That's where the challenge is today. And you know better that if you look at India today, everybody's trying to be a Khabib or a Conor. And we don't have to be that. We can be that Indian fighter. We can be the Shah Rukh Khans and Salman Khans of MMA. Look at that. Look at those success. Don't go against Bollywood or don't go against cricket. These are the examples for you to learn that that is there. But why is it there? It has a global ecosystem. They have a structure internationally. And we need to build that structure. And when we are coming with Brave to India, we are already having the global structure. But we didn't lose India because we're always there. Even when we didn't have the global structure, we were there. Of course, the pandemic and the COVID was a challenge for the past 2 years. But 2022, we are coming back to India. We are going to be there in one way or the other. We are going to be scouting athletes from India. We have Mohammed Farhad fighting already. It started back. We're going back where athletes can travel internationally. So we're going to get fighters to fight internationally. We're going to do events there. And believe me, 2023, we're going to have Brave India League starting. So there's not going to be stopping anymore because that's not going to be a Brave India League. That is going to be an Indian MMA league. It is going to be the exclusive Brave India League that is connected amongst the whole leagues around the world. That is going to be the one that's connected to FIFA, UEFA, AFC, CONCACAF, and playing Asian Champions League. That's the structure that we're going to be bringing to India. So it's the world coming to India through Brave, not just MMA coming to India.